Alrighty, here we are on part 11 of our Tropico 6 Communist Dictatorship playthrough, so let's get into it. So, like always, we are doing pretty good. Want to keep on doing guerrilla patrols as long as there's rebels on the island. Got plenty of electricity, and at the very end of the last episode, the last thing that we were setting up was this little township over here. And it is complete. So now we're producing plastics. This should be enough plastic for an entire electronics factory, and I think we'll just stick to having one. And yeah, we're making lots of money. I have chocolate as well, a chocolate factory. So I think I might do some touch-ups maybe around here. Well, this is looking like a pretty well thought out and completely full little town. As we can see, there's only 2 buildings that aren't quite completely full. Yeah, I think this is done as well. So we have 2 completed little townships. Let's check residential occupancy here. And let's check workforce occupancy. So as these jobs fill up, the rest of these tenements should fill up. We also have some taverns being constructed, a number of tenements, and then more taverns. Okay. So now that that is complete, perhaps it is time to start on our final township. And as a matter of fact, I did see a comment recently. Someone said that I should connect up these places with bridges. And I realized that would actually be a pretty good idea. Can't start the bridge. Looks like we are having some difficulty with it. I'll fiddle around with the idea a bit more in the future. It definitely is a good idea, because then we can have buses drive across and the Teamsters potentially can get across quicker. 27k there. Let's see how much is in this stock. Another 23k. So we're constantly up, which is really good. Let me consider how I want this area to look. Let's check out our mineable resources. I think I'm going to opt for double mines. Not go too ham with it. And then anything, like we're not going to be using aluminum, because aluminum, I think the only thing that it's really used for is batteries. Don't plan on using aluminum. So we'll just end up selling that. So potentially it would be best to start with these 2 mines as well as this coal mine here. And for this one, I definitely do want to do some bridges across, because it would be nice to have bus stations delivering people out to the other mines around here. So let's check out all of our mineable resources. So yeah, like a huge mine here, or a huge like complex of mines, another huge complex, and then a couple here in the middle, as well as these ones down here. A rescue raid has been completed. Let's go ahead and keep those on repeat. $41k, very nice. Okay, so I think that will allow us to start up the next area. We're going to stick with the normal little mines. Don't need to go so far as to construct something absolutely crazy. So let's see here. We're still going to need a dock, so to start off, let's just get the dock out of the way. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll quick build it. It's so far away. Just like the last little township, I should start with quick building up a construction office. But before we get into that, let's kind of mark out where our mines are going to be. So maybe something like this. Just a bunch of double mines. They're not going to be on the maximum efficiency, so they should last for quite a while. Don't want to mine any of that. Don't want to mine any of this extra stuff over here or any of this. Maybe potentially in the future, like if we need a couple more jobs in this little township, then we can build up a couple more mines. But either way, so now we have the mines marked out. So now let's do our planning around that. I'm gonna go with the exact same setup as this area over here. So it is a 7 by, I believe, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7 by 8. And this one I'm also going to construct up a total of 6 weapons manufacturing factories. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Here's these nice little rectangles that we're going to be building. Just keep things as tidy as possible. And then let's construct over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just like that, let's get this township on its way. So let's see how big this one is over here. We had a total of 6 of these. So let's go ahead and do the same. It probably will be around the same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. So that's looking pretty good. Yeah. So let's go ahead and quick build up a construction office here. We'll do it here. Just keep it out of the way as much as possible. And then hopefully tenements. Yeah, tenements are still at a discount, so that's pretty nice. And we'll build our first tenement here. So we'll quick build that, quick build this. Very nice. Go with the lowest budget. And here we can go with the lowest budget on all of the tenements. And for the construction office, we'll leave it on the medium budget for now. Well, let's see what the other ones are. We'll make them all the second lowest budget. We don't need to have people making too much money off of simply going around building stuff. Very nice. So this entire area is about ready to go. Just need the population to show up for it. Boats, I believe, was downtrending. Kind of unfortunate, but that's alright. What else do we have over here? Do we have more mineable resources? No, nothing really going on here. I don't think that I plan on building anything here, so it'll just be like mines all on this side, all in this area here. All being funneled mainly to here, but a handful of it being funneled back to, like all of the gold is going to be handled by the rich people. And I also seen a comment where someone was saying that I should build up a high school. And that's not a bad idea. But I do want to build, I want to build a ministry first. Check our population, we have lots of vacant jobs. So we'll go ahead and just slowly let this build up. We should change this to the max budget so we can get people moving as quickly as possible. Something I like to do with communism, besides the fact that we have like a bit of a class system going on, if this was just like a strictly communistic island, I like to just only have like government vehicles on the roads. So buses, Teamsters offices, construction trucks. No one's going to be driving around in cars, but this person is rich because her wife is working in the nuclear power plant. So they get to drive around in a car. Because we have a class system going on. But that's alright. We're making lots of money, but we don't really have anything to spend it on. Reason being is that we don't want to construct stuff that people aren't going to be able to use. So what we could do instead is build up our first ministry, or our only ministry. Can only build one. Let's build it here. And we'll build another watchtower in front. Put this on high priority. As well as the watchtower. Let's do that too. So soon we'll have some ministers. We have a nuclear bomb. That'll help us easily ask for some financial aid. The nuclear bomb helps us win elections, which is really nice. Let's see if we can do any trades to Russia. We can import electronics for a pretty decent discount. That will net us 144,000. 12 months, so this is brand new. So what I'm going to do is, before we set that up, it would be pretty ideal to go through. And let's build a customs office. We haven't built this yet. Let's just quick build it. Max budget.
Fear not. The customs office is here to protect you by monitoring international trade.
So we'll go ahead and construct research this. We can research the commando garrison while I'm looking at it there. And now we have the customs office. So we'll wait for this building to be completely full. Maybe even hire people. It is a bit expensive. Yeah, we'll just hire them. Let's go through, check all the people. Hopefully they're still rich. A lot of people there, well off. Not ideal. Lots of rich people there. This guy's rich. What about the doctors? Rich, 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 rich. Very good. So let's check the residential occupancy of our mansions. There's a couple of mansions that aren't being completely lived in. That's okay for now. What about our commandos? All of them are rich. Now we can put this on provide tactical insight. And so that'll be nice once we finally get the military up and running. We'll do all that right before we burn this island to the ground. How much is here? Ooh, not much at all. Not good to see. Hopefully it's just a bit of a fluke. Hopefully people are going to be... Hopefully it's just stuff not being brought to the dock quite yet. We are having problems with this rum distillery. Kind of a shame to see. Let's check our sugar plantations. Yeah, it just looks like we're having a couple issues with Teamsters. So let's go with all of the Teamsters on the second to lowest budget. Maybe that'll help out a bit. And I might leave it there, maybe indefinitely. Let's see if any of those people were the ones coming to our Teamsters office or our customs office. Another national day, very good. Tax evasion, $10,000. We'll go ahead and buy it now. So electronics, 42% off. And if we do reduce import taxes, it goes down even further. But we need all of the positions to be filled here to get the most out of it, at least, because currently we're only at 50% efficiency because we only have a couple of people working in it. What about this one? 40k. Okay, that's better. Put this on ×4 speed. I want to get this as quickly as possible. Okay, so now that building is completely full. Put it back on ×1 speed. Reduce import taxes, and let's go check out this trade. Minus 56% off on electronics. Electronics are pretty good too. So that means that we're selling them 1,000 units for almost $10,000, but we're buying them for close to 4,000. And multiplied by the amount of almost 40,000 units, we're going to make $200,000. And so that's pretty good. So we'll sign this contract. Now that we're doing a pretty important import, it would be pretty wise to click on these buildings. And I do want to push all of the docks up to the second lowest budget here, but it's okay. What we could do instead is research in the colonial era, advanced boat services. This will increase the budget that we're spending on the docks by 50%, I believe. Let's double check this. Increases the upkeep of tourist ports, Teamsters ports, docks by 50%, but all the boats are going to be moving 5% faster. And so that's nice. That's really good for us. I would only do this once we...
Robot cars. They drive themselves into the back of a truck so that you don't have to. Coming soon to a road near you.
So now all of the boats, which we already have lots of boats moving around, every single one of them is going to be 5% quicker, which is nice. And so over the next handful of, like maybe a decade, we'll make another nice $200,000. So that's pretty neat. What I should have been doing this entire time was setting up, I think it's media, inspiring statues. I don't think that these work though. Let's test this. Every time that I've ever checked on these, they don't work. Ooh, you know what we could do is put an inspiring statue amongst every single little plaza around. That'd be pretty funny. But they are expensive. $5,000 for one. Kind of crazy. And it would be nice if it told you what each of these did. Let's check what Unforgiving Overseer does. Decreases liberty around. Citizens living next to the statues are less likely to become rebels. So let's see if... Okay. Citizens living around the statues. Okay. So let's see if the propaganda successes work. Let's see if liberty penalty works too. I'm not sure. We're still getting pretty good liberty here. We'll check back after a little while and see if the propaganda successes goes up. If it doesn't, it means that they're still bugged. I could potentially build 20 of them around to get, I think there's an achievement for it, or something along those lines. So every time a ship shows up to dock, we're going to spend a lot of money. But after a little while, that'll go away, and we'll start making money off of it. Because we need to do the initial investment for the electronics. So let's check out residential occupancy. That's completely full. And let's go with the second to highest budget on those. All of our mines. That'll be decent. So we're losing money buying electronics. Building more docks isn't going to help you complete import deals like our electronics deal here. Reason being is that, as we can see, usually when you do an import, it's always 1,000 units. But as we can see here, we only got 333, which of course is only a third of 1,000. And so this means that, like, having 3 docks, it's like 3 times, potentially 3 times more imported goods, but they're going to slash that by a third, so it evens out to just 1. So more docks does not equal more imported goods. The only way to get imported goods faster is to increase the efficiency of these docks, because that'll make the ship show up quicker. And alternatively, you could also do Advanced Boat Services Edict. So if you wanted an island where you're just importing massive amounts of goods and then selling them, I do kind of want to set up, it'd be a really, really short series. It'd only probably be like, definitely no longer than 10 episodes. But all it would be is just like a little like town like this, super ultra rich people, like offices, a handful of offices around, and just nothing but like rich people. And all they do is import goods and sell them. And then that would be kind of neat. Not sure how I feel about it. I mean, I'll definitely probably end up doing it in the future, but expected revenue, $0. That doesn't make any sense. But anyways, electronics 333, as we can see there. And this one should get a nice 333 electronics as well. And once this last one gets the electronics imported, then we'll start netting profit over time. Alrighty, so I believe we still have urban development enacted, yes. So let's go ahead and build up another residential building here. And I quick built it, and I probably could have just waited for that one. It looks like it instantly got filled in too. So let's do another one. This one we can do a bit out of the way, and we'll start with an orange one here. Now, I'm going to save up for a bit. Now that we have this really good import deal, let's check other import deals. Do we have anything else that's kind of crazy? Can import chocolate at a pretty decent discount. Let's go check China. Toys and tobacco. Another 200,000 here, but even this deal, the electronics, well, the electronics is really good because what you're looking for is something that is going to net you a lot of profit. Like as we can see here, this toys deal will net us, you know, $350,000 almost. And so that's pretty good. But the thing is like the electronics is a little worse than that, but it's only 38,000 units. This one's going to be 183,000 units. That'll take forever to get done. And so that one isn't ideal. Maybe doing like something around here. But the lower the volume and the higher this percentage, the more money you'll make, typically. Not always the case, but on average, I would say more often than not, it is. So this is like a decent one here. You can get chocolate at 18% off, so not that great of a deviation, but it's a pretty low volume, so we'd be able to fulfill that pretty quickly. Not super duper quickly, but we'll go and ignore that one as well. Let's check the exports that they have. Cars, boats, logs, rubber. Potentially doing rubber would be good. Let's see if we have any. Yeah, we have open trade deals. Let's check China too. So maybe we could do rubber. And then canned goods. Okay, this is what we're going to do then. So we'll come back over to our customs office, switch this to stimulate exports, and we'll do the canned goods. We'll do the 30,000 units of canned goods. That's probably okay. And then we'll do maybe the 30,000 units of rubber as well. So now we're making just a bit more money over time. All thanks to our customs office. I believe I have Lobbyistico, the DLC, enabled, so I don't want to do special tax because this is going to give us Swiss bank money, decreasing all sorts of stuff all over the island, particularly liberty. So liberty is going to go down everywhere, and same thing with crime safety, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe once we start trying to burn down the island I can start doing that, but this is all we can do right now. We'll just leave it on stimulate exports. Okay, so that is all pretty good. Let's save up for a bit because I do want to do industrialization right before I build up all 6 of my. I think it is 1 steel mill for 1 weapons factory, and so we're also going to need nickel. So actually, as a matter of fact, what's the population look like? We're actually getting lots of people moving in, so that's pretty neat. Let's go ahead and build a road. Or sorry, not a road, a bridge. We'll do there, and we'll do like a big old loop over too. Very nice. I don't want to have to drive all the way in this like huge S, wasting a lot of time. But it kind of looks like that's our only option, so we'll just go ahead and do it then. So I like to do, like whenever I'm doing something like this, like really far, kind of do an outline of what we got going on here. So that way we can then come through and simply connect these on up to each other. And it'll look a bit more decent than it usually does. Like that bulge, I find kind of annoying, but it's okay. Very nice. So now we have this road that snakes its way on up here. Let's start checking out mines. Nothing down here so far. And we are going to need nickel, so let's start doing double mines on all of these. We'll skip the aluminum for now and just focus on everything else. So nickel, this, that. How are people going to get down here? So we have a road that can go this way, a road that can come to here. Nothing down over here. We have gold here. Let's do a double mine on that. And then a uranium mine up here. Maybe we could do a double mine on this as well. Okay, so we've mined or set mines on these ones here. But as it turns out, the rest of these goods are going to have a bit of an issue. But this is where bridges or tunnels come in. So let's go ahead and construct a tunnel. Maybe we could do a tunnel somewhere around here and then bring it over here. Okay, very neat. So now we have that set up. Oh wow. Tunnels are pretty expensive. Never would have really noticed. Let's go ahead and do this. It would be kind of neat to just do like a big old curved road for this, and I think that's what I'm going to try and do here. Just not quite enough right there. Let's just go ahead and move it on over a little bit. Cool. Alrighty, so now let's go through and just start building up roads to all of this. We do have one over here, so let's go over there. We have some up there, so let's go ahead and snake our way on up. Very nice. Alrighty. So we have every single mine, or well, almost every single mine, a road connecting to it. So let's go ahead and finish up the few that we need to do as well. Okay. So now we'll just go ahead and leave this be for a while. Maybe I could even build like a little township around here-ish. Right in the center. And so this one down here potentially, well no, we'll just leave it. Well, let's see what other minerals we have to mine. Uranium, aluminum, I can just forget about those two. We're gonna need more nickel, I believe. So there's a nickel mine over here, a nickel mine we're kind of paved over there. And then one here. So we don't have a whole lot of options in terms of nickel, and we're going to need kind of a lot of it. So maybe what we'll do is find a huge import deal for nickel. Oh yeah, and what I wanted to check out last night was we can build wind turbines up here. That's kind of crazy. So anywhere else, it even seems like up here we're getting 100% efficiency, but that's kind of crazy that you can build one all the way on the top of the volcano. That can net you a lot of electricity if you end up building on this island, I believe. It might be the same as one down here, but I believe it's the higher they are, the more electricity they generate. Maybe it's only changing the efficiency, which is already capped out at some lower elevations, but remains to be seen. So let's just let this build up for a considerable amount of time. Spend the rest of our money on some tenements down here. I believe this one was orange, so let's go ahead and continue that trend. Build. Let's just do a very ran out of money. Okay, we'll leave that as is. And we'll just let the island build up. Now while that's happening, let's just do some flybys. So the island is growing and we don't need to sit around watching. I should build every township should have its own little fire station. I'm not sure if people from, yeah, so unless this fire just started, it doesn't look like we're gonna have firefighters coming over here. $333 electronics, 300 of them were taken somewhere. I mean, what are electronics? I thought they were a luxury good. They're not. Wow. They're a consumer good. What this means is that people are going to start grabbing the electronics, and they're actually going to bring them to our groceries. So yeah, as we can see here, electronics, 100 units. That's kind of crazy. Not the end of the world. That just means that the fee income goes up whenever we have electronics in. That's okay. I thought they were a luxury good, but it appears not to be. However, this video is reaching its 30-minute mark, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. If I do a 30-minute video, then I'm definitely gonna do 2 daily uploads for that day. But if I accidentally drag on for a whole hour, then it'll just be 1 upload. But yeah, this island is doing tremendous. I really like it. Quick recap: we got an import for electronics. At the end of last episode, we had completely set up this little sugar, chocolate, a bit of plastics, and all of these goods are being produced here. Very nice. We have like maximized the efficiency of all of this with upgrades, fiber fertilization. Very nice, super hyper ultra efficient. And at like the main portion of this episode was setting up a mining industry. So we're mining all of the resources around that we can, and then we're going to drag them around the island. So eventually what I'm going to do is set up a warehouse somewhere over here, and that will be for gold. Gold will be imported, and then we'll do things like a jeweler, an electronics factory around here, and I believe that's all we can use gold for, so that'll be pretty neat. On top of that, down here, this is going to be where we're going to manufacture the weapons. So the lower class is going to build the weapons that they're being suppressed with, which I think is pretty funny. But that is going to be the end of this episode. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like. And if you want to follow along with more series like this, then be sure to subscribe. Peace.